Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Tangle Tower / Mystid Mansion. Thanks for tuning in. So we have the supposed real murderer killer right in front of us, Penelope / HAWKSHAW. I don't know what her true intent is, her true personality, what her motive was. I have no idea. She's talking about her past and it's very confusing. Let's continue to delve further and see what we can find out.
There was only one person at Tangle Tower still of interest to me. My dear Uncle Pointer had suddenly made a show of taking up astronomy. A fairly superficial charade. I don't think many people were fooled by it.
Okay, right, because they did leave a lot of heavy-handed hints throughout that each person didn't take that seriously. Fifi made a kind of a scathing remark about it as well. I forgot exactly what it was, but everybody made it pretty clear that they didn't take it too seriously, though I never paid much mind to it at the time because I didn't really understand what that might have implicated. It didn't really mean much to me, but I guess because he's truly into entomology. But then Sally was saying that she doesn't even think he's really into entomology itself. So maybe it's just, he's just after things that will provide money, I guess, is what our assumption seems to be so far, but I don't know what the truth is.
But I knew it wasn't just a falsehood. It was a mask. Pointer had found something from the era of Mystid Mansion.
I'm curious now about her alter ego as HAWKSHAW, because that didn't happen until at least after she was 19 and had made that discovery, I'm assuming. But she put on this facade of oh yeah, I was really into astronomy and I was a huge fan of Pointer. So, I hold on to things of the past. But I guess that was more of her trying to make up an excuse to hide the evidence, I guess. So, but then she also, she fooled Pointer into thinking that she was a different person, right? We don't know for sure if they were just playing along or not, but let's assume nobody knew who she actually was. So she shows up separately from off the island as a different person, supposedly because she was hired by Pointer to find the beetle. How did that arrangement come to be? Because Pointer would have to be oh my god, I need a detective to help me find this thing. I'm gonna go contact someone off the island to assist me. But how did it end up being someone who was from inside the tower? What the hell? So to me, the easiest explanation would be that he was in on it, because otherwise it wouldn't make too much sense to me. But now that if we assume he's in on it, that makes even less sense to me. I don't know. He found something from the era of Mystid Mansion. So, was it the beetle itself or the beetle itself, I'm assuming?
So where did he get the beetle?
I cannot be sure, but I theorize that he received it in the post.
In the post?
In the post?
From who?
Also, another thing I've been wanting to talk about that I noticed between recording but didn't say on recording. To me, I'm pretty sure Grimoire is maybe, the voice actor is maybe European, or at least influenced by that, because the way he speaks and the way he pronounces things sometimes, it sounds very European. So and the inflection too. So instead of going in the post, from who? He was in the post, from who? So it's going da-da-da, that's kind of more of a European thing. I feel Americans wouldn't really say it like that. He's done that a couple times too, where it's do you have a theory? What? About the murder? He would go like that. And he pronounces like process instead of process. Anyways, I thought that was cool. I love this kind of stuff. So anyways, just wanted to point that out. Okay.
Who can say? Someone outside Tangle Tower. But the thought that he would be in contact with such a person, all that time, I decided to take what was owed to me.
Okay, so the fact that he would be in contact with a person from the original Mystid Mansion troupe, she was upset by that, I guess.
So you stole it.
Stealing the beetle turned out to be only the first step.
Okay.
Upon realizing it was gone, Pointer made little effort to disguise his frustration. I asked what was bothering him. He foresaw no risk in sharing a little of the truth with his niece. He told me he'd lost a rare treasure. Something he'd been keeping safe.
Okay, so at this point, my guess now is she'd be oh, hey, I know a person that can help you out. I'll hook you up. So she was privy to this knowledge directly from him. Okay, I see.
I suggested innocently that perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it had been stolen. He was very ready to believe he'd been the victim of theft. When I offered to call in a private detective, he jumped on the idea.
Okay, there we go. I'm glad this was explained because I was like, how in God's name did that arrangement happen? Okay.
She arrived the next day. HAWKSHAW prides herself on her punctuality, as you know.
Why, though? Why go through all that? The name, the costume, and everything?
It's somewhat sad to admit, but I had little use left for Penny Pointer as she was. HAWKSHAW afforded me new advantages, opportunities.
But didn't you have to pretend to be working for Professor Pointer?
Well, that was one of the advantages. Pointer was in such a desperate state, he was finally willing to share some of his secrets. On the second day, HAWKSHAW explained she needed to be able to search the secret laboratory. Pointer gave in and gave me the code for the harp statue. Reluctantly, but still.
You as in Penelope or you as in HAWKSHAW? Either way, you received it. So right. So I was assuming this was from Pointer. But why? What was up with the rest of the message?
So, you stole Pointer's research?
I would have done, if I'd found anything worth stealing. But he had made remarkably little progress, barely scratching the surface of the beetle's true mystery.
Which is?
It carries an exoskeleton approximately 90% identical to gold. But it's not the 90% I'm interested in.
The 10%? What's the 10%?
Did you ever question what exactly makes the water here so unique? Before Mystid Mansion was built over the lake, before the lake was even a lake, Lord Remington and his wife built a small structure here, a research station, supposedly. Fast forward 2 or 3 generations, and as you saw for yourself, it's been mostly cleared out.
The ambassadors took everything when they left.
And everything they didn't take was burned in the incinerator.
Okay.
However, possessing additional insight, I found something the others had missed. It's not much, but I have what I need.
What is it?
So, why isn't this the end of the story? Why did you stay? Why did you kill Freya?
What? Oh God, scary. I don't need these sudden transitions. Cause I mean, we're still continuing. The will of Freya, she wrote a will? Wait, I'm so confused. Wow, she looks really crazy from afar. The bird's gone. I guess we'll just keep talking to her. Oh, okay.
Simply put, Freya was too good for me. It's my fault. I pushed her over the edge, unknowingly, but still, I take the blame.
Pushed her over the edge of curiosity because she did start snooping around to like look for the research and all that stuff. So like, whoa, what happened?
What are you talking about?
Did you know I based the design for HAWKSHAW on something Freya?
Okay. Right. Yeah, this always looked like HAWKSHAW to me. Okay, I see.
That's right. I had assumed it was purely abstract. I just thought it had a good energy. I later discovered it was a figure of some kind, something from Freya's recurring nightmare. For all her vitality, I think Freya was probably the most troubled of all of us.
So like she wanted to base it on something that was her nightmare because she's like, I am your nightmare.
She was desperate to leave Tangle Tower, but she couldn't just walk away. For quite some time, she'd been trying to break into Pointer's laboratory. Freya and her friends were halfway through deciphering those symbols on the harp statue, I believe.
Freya and her friends, so meaning Poppy and Fifi as well?
Why did she care about getting into Pointer's lab?
That's exactly what I wondered. At first, I thought perhaps she just wanted to free the beetles. She has a fondness for them. What Pointer was doing upset her significantly. But in fact, I think it was something else. I think she wanted to free Fiona.
Huh. So how would Fiona be freed from all this? Because Fiona is the heir from both sides of the estate. So if she found the research, maybe they'd get enough money to somehow escape, I don't know.
The real reason Freya was unable to leave Tangle Tower is that she could not get Fiona to agree to come with her.
Okay.
We're now firmly in the realm of speculation, But I think Freya felt that exposing the darker secrets of Tangle Tower,
Ah.
not just to the rest of the family, but to the world, would compromise all 3 families, and perhaps, somehow, free Fiona from the shackles of her inheritance.
What? That's so intense. That's so beyond me. Wow. So she just wanted to dig up dirt of like their family history with the Mystids, escaping with all that. I don't know how the artificial water comes in or how it was formed or what the outside of this place looks like, but oh wow. Okay.
That was her plan anyway, but something happened before Freya could find her way into Pointer's laboratory.
She found her way into your study, found your notes, found that photograph. I'm willing to bet she put it all together quicker than we did.
So she worked out what had happened to the 5 ambassadors.
What had happened to them? Just the fact that they left?
Specifically, what you'd done to them when they refused to help you.
Wait, did she kill them? If so, I missed that detail. Wait, because she was just like, none of them helped me. They were all useless. But I think they just all left. She didn't do anything, right? Did they specify that? I might have missed that if they did.
Freya had made a promise to paint Flora as a birthday gift, a parting gift no less. She'd be in a locked room, several hours away from her friends. It was my best chance.
But why hide in the attic? And why bother with the beetle at all?
The beetle in the gramophone wasn't for Freya. It was for Flora. She didn't deserve to be involved. She suffered enough.
Oh.
I couldn't get Flora out of the room, but if she could be unconscious, then she wouldn't have to witness anything.
Why the knife? The illusion of the painted knife with the blood.
Yeah, how did you even get blood in the paint pot and then you had to apply that to the painting? We assumed that the criminal was in the attic and didn't enter the room because we made that assumption just earlier. So how did she do that? Did she do it after? No, she didn't do it afterwards because she came in at a point where she couldn't change anything because like Fitz and Poppy were already here. So she didn't have a chance to do it before Poppy and Fifi walked up to it and was like, oh my God, that looks like blood. And they had to test it. So like, when did she get the chance to do that?
That was for Fiona. And Poppy too, I suppose. Gave them something to focus on.
You mean it distracted them while you made your escape?
It helped them cope. The very idea of something abstract, something supernatural. I believe it made things marginally less painful for them, initially. Worked on you, too.
So why are you still here? Why not take your first chance and leave?
Are they not going to explain the timing of when that was possible to add that to the... Is it just... How did she do that? I'm thinking in my head, like, the order of events. I feel like she didn't have a chance. Whose blood? Freya's blood? Paint pot? Oh, put a little bit in paint pot, put on painting? How do that without entering room? When did have time do that? Me confused.
Well, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get my beetle back. I'd really rather not leave without it.
Wait, it's still here?
It's still in the
Still
gramophone?
inside the gramophone.
Just chilling? Oh God, scary, scary. How can they make a cute yellow bird so scary? Uh-oh. Are we gonna get knocked out? We're getting knocked out. Oh no. How does the bird survive that? How does, what about Penny? She doesn't have ear, what the? Is everyone in on this? What's going on? Because Penny's hands were tied up. How did she cover her ears? How did she have earmuffs on? We chose to tie her hands. What the heck? What's going on? What is this? I'm scared. I've got goosebumps. I've got goosebumps. Jesus.
What's going on?
Poppy, they are both awake.
I can see.
You two all right?
My head hurts. What happened to us?
The boat's gone. Is Penny gone? Oh my God.
You were both unconscious. 14 minutes by my count.
Really?
You're both fine. No injuries.
Was it the beetle? In the gramophone? I heard it through the ceiling in my room.
The exact same sound we heard before the murder.
I guess it must have been.
She knows it's a beetle now. She knows it's a beetle through the gramophone. She knew that specifically. Also, I just noticed Poppy is holding, Penny's hat, which I still wasn't sure if that was like really her hat or if it's a real bird, but she's like, it's my hat. Why would I give a name to a hat? So that's what she was saying, but somehow Poppy's holding it now.
So how did we get down here? What happened to Penny?
Fit saved both of you, obviously.
Thanks.
When I reached Flora's tower, you were both unconscious, and Penny was crouched down beside you. She had her crossbow on her, but who knows? She may have just been checking you were both asleep.
She had her crossbow, so she must have followed us after we got into the study and then retrieved her crossbow and then, yeah, followed us up the stairs to the attic. So, I mean, rather to Flora's tower.
Did you know that she was the murderer?
Poppy and Fifi suspected her.
Really?
Apparently, they were pretty close to solving it themselves.
Oh, really? Wow, okay.
Fitz did not want to believe us because he liked Penny a lot.
But what happened? Fitz, what did she do when she saw you?
That also doesn't clear up the, like, relationship between Poppy and Fitz. And so if Penny was faking it her personality the whole time, I don't know, I have so many questions.
She jumped out the window.
Wow. What?
Did she survive?
She did.
I heard something land in the garden outside my room, but by the time I got out there to check, she was already gone.
Hang on. Poppy, why do you have Penny's hat bird?
She left him behind. I found him sitting on the floor in the aviary, all by himself.
So he's a real bird, right? He's a real bird? He's not just a hat? He's a real one?
Poor little thing. The mean lady didn't care about you at all, did she?
Aw, the baby
No,
talk.
she didn't.
I
Aw.
apologize. Poppy seems to be under the illusion that the bird can understand human language.
Is it even real? Can it understand language even at all?
So, Penny got away.
I'm afraid she did.
We had suspected she might try to escape. I was stationed here by the lake's edge. I proved to be an ineffective guard.
No, it's
She took the
okay.
boat.
It's okay. She seems very athletically gifted. Just, I don't know, she just seemed like she would be, so.
Did she take the beetle with her?
Nope,
How do you know?
because it's right here.
Oh my god, there it is. It's
It was
finally
still in the
here.
gramophone. I guess I scared her off before she had a chance to take it.
It's the fated, this must oft spoken about beetle is finally just chilling there, just within our presence.
Poppy, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give it back to your father?
No, I'm not. It doesn't belong to anyone. So, I'm going to put it on the ground and never bother it again. I think that's what she would have wanted.
Whoa, it's like animated different and colored different. Wait. I'm sorry, what? Wait, I'm sorry, what? No, you can't just, you can't just end the game there. Oh my god. Yeah, so here at the end we would see that Penny voiced Tiana Camacho, they all did a great job. They all did a great job. The music was great, the voices are great, everything's great. Hold on, no! You can't just end the game there! I don't know anything that's happening at all, anywhere. I don't understand! Wait, no, you can't just end the game there. Oh my god, I'm so confused. Okay. I'm gonna need some time to break this down. So I'll break down the plot after I think that the credits are just about to end. Yeah, so voices, visuals, music, presentation, UI, everything fantastic. So into it. So incredible. Loved all of it. Absolutely amazing. The story, the mystery, how suspicious every character was, how vague everything was. I'm very confused. I'm very confused and feeling very conflicted right now. That's it. Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Let's check out the art gallery. What? Oh wow! Oh my god, look at how squishy the face is here. I love it. Yeah, let's take our mind off of it for a second. Just check out some art. Let's check out some stuff. This is the finale, I guess. So let's just go through this and then we'll try and talk about the story. I am so confused. Okay, hold on. Let me give my brain a break. Just check this out. Check out the cool art. Hey, so I am cutting in here from the future. During that last segment, I did go on to start looking through the extra content, but it turns out there is a lot of remarks and comments about each character and each setting and piece of evidence. It's a lot to get through, but I'm 100% interested in reading through and looking through all of it, so I'm going to leave that as a separate bonus episode for next time if you're interested. But for the main campaign, I'm going to say my final thoughts now. I took a quick break after finishing the game, after the clip that you saw. I decided to try and compile all of my hanging questions into this last bit here. Let me warn you now, it's gonna be a huge, jumbled, rambly mess, as it always is at the end of all my playthroughs, so really nothing new. But yeah, I won't be exploring too deeply into every question I'm about to fire off, because I think I've covered my thoughts and like vague hypotheses for most of these when I initially posed the questions like during the playthrough. Okay, so here I go. So they ended up answering how the beetle knew exactly when to trigger, answered at the end, the bird triggers it. But how does the bird escape unscathed? Do we just assume it flies away in time, like immediately after it taps the thing, it starts flying away? I mean, I kind of doubt it has enough time. It seems to wind up pretty quickly. We didn't see the bird flying away at the very end when it was triggering it, when we saw that. And Penny at the end also somehow escapes unscathed. Her hands are tied, like she can't put on earmuffs or cover her ears. The most she can do is run away, but how did she get away without us noticing? Like, so she leapt out the window, right? But then Fitz later, I said I was gonna delve into these too much. I won't delve into every single one too much, but Fitz later mentions that they saw her standing over us with a crossbow. Like, I'm sorry, what? So she came back after she escaped the sound? I have no idea. Is this just another moment where the portrayal of the order of events is just kind of weird? How did she get blood in the paint pot and onto the painting? When could she have found the time? Whose blood is it? How did Penny switch between her and HAWKSHAW so fast? I cannot let that go. It just makes no sense, even if you try to ask me to suspend my disbelief. I don't get her beef with the elders of the family. Seems like a really weak motive to kill Freya. She felt no kindred spirits amongst the people present at Tangle Tower, so it became her purpose to see if she shared a common goal with those who left. She killed Freya for trying to further break the family apart, for like Freya trying to free herself from the family, whereas Penny kept trying to search for belonging within the family and wasn't able to try and do that. She killed Freya over that. So she was pissed at the older people for not having like a unified purpose. Did she want to be accepted into some kind of club, some group of people? Why couldn't she have just been satisfied with just connecting with one or two people? Why did it have to be a group of people all with one purpose? Also, why is she wearing the outfit of the founder in front, who I presume to be someone related to Fifi? Maybe it's one of Flora's siblings or something. Penny hates them, doesn't she? Is she trying to like fill in a gap, become a figure that she longed for but didn't end up getting? Because like she said that there was no longer a use for Penelope, so that's why eventually she ended up developing HAWKSHAW. I don't understand. I don't know. Why was she wearing that outfit? What is the other 10% that the beetle's made out of? She claims that this is the true mystery and this is what she was truly interested in, the 10%, but she never explains it. She follows this discussion shortly with the talk about the lake water. Is the other 10% what influenced the lake water somehow? She asks us if we ever questioned what makes the water so unique and then just doesn't explain anything. I can't tell if she was implying also that Lord Remington built the research station when there was some water, which would be the initial line on the map, or if there was no water when they had initially built it. Who put the water there? What is it made of? Did the founders put it there, or did it just show up over time? How was there more of it over time? What are the cliffs made of? Why does it look like a giant egg? Why was it left behind by a giant Mystid? Where did all the Mystids go? Are the founders still alive? Speaking of if the founders are still alive, they mentioned that Freya put everything together, supposedly, when she found the study. She found out, in their words, what Penny did to the 5 founders when they refused to help her. They never explained that. Did she kill them? What, did she just, they just kind of leave it at that, but it would be huge if Penny killed them all? Did Penny ever care about Fitz? Was that all fake? Since when? Like, since she turned 19 and found the study, or even before that because she'd felt lost for so long? Was her personality fake for like a super long time? what was going on between Fitz and Poppy? Like, did they actually have a romantic relationship with each other? Fitz was clearly fond of Penny. They emphasized that by the end. Like, it was kind of clear throughout. I don't know, he seemed kind of dispassionate, but I guess they confirmed that he was very fond of her by the very end. And the fake persona of Penny was fond of Fitz, but the fake Penny was also suspicious of Fitz and Poppy. One could say that Fitz and Poppy just had a friendship between them, but Freya drawing him offering her a rose, them constantly ducking and not being straightforward with any questions about them, the fact that they have this like secret rooftop haven between the two of them that only opens if both their locks open, which I guess Penny could have just asked to switch rooms with her, maybe. If it was just friendship, why were we being led down the path of thinking they had a relationship anyways? To garner sympathy for Penny? Just to cause some spicy and scandalous drama for entertainment for the player? Fitz didn't want to believe that Penny did it because he liked her a lot, apparently. Is that why Fifi was so pissed at him? Because like she knew, like Fifi and Poppy were like on to her. They were suspecting her. They had nearly solved it, apparently, according to them. So was it even knowing this? Fitz was still fond of her, or maybe, you know, they didn't tell Fitz probably. So I don't know. Poppy like reacts with silence and a squinting expression when Fifi mentions like, oh, Fitz didn't want to believe that it was her because he likes her so much. So like, does Poppy Poppy and Fitz actually like each other or not? If Fitz really liked Penny and worked so hard to breed her a flower that looks like her and uses that special trowel that Penny presumably got for him, why does he keep it locked away if he's not really in a relationship with Poppy? Why doesn't he regularly use it in the greenhouse? Is he embarrassed? Is he just, what's up with that? How did Penny and Fitz end up engaged? None of Penny's personality was real, right? She doesn't actually care about him, right? Did she actually care about birds? She didn't care about the hat one. Is that just a gag, or is that like legitimate insight into her relationship with birds and her cold, steely, true personality? Why didn't Flora say anything the whole time? We never even got anything from her at the very end. No explanations, no feelings, no expressions, nothing. Super disappointing. So like, Flora got in a spat with her siblings, probably because of the whole Mystid thing. Did the family harm them, take them all away, treat them unfairly? Is that why she got upset when they all left and she ended up changing the name of the mansion? Did they take the ink dip bird with them? Did it die? Did it fly away? They said she held on to a feather to remember it by, implying that it's gone in some capacity. Why is Felix and Fiona's relationship with Fifi so weird? They're so disjointed. Felix carved a statue of Flora, Freya, and Flora's father, but not his own daughter? Like, what is going on with them? Why Freya? Because they seem closer to each other than Flora did to her own daughter? That's like ice cold, dude. Freya knew that Pointer's lab was behind the statue, apparently. Penny mentions that Freya and her friends were close to cracking the code, rather. So Fifi and Poppy both knew about the lab and the beetles? What? All right, that's the end of my rapid fire questions. To wrap things up with my overall thoughts, there were so many loose ends that kind of went nowhere. I felt that there were definitely not sufficient hints for the ending and that it kind of came out of nowhere. Overall, I really, really enjoyed the game, but I think the ending definitely left a lot to be desired for the plot, as well as like they failed to address certain aspects of people's characters and ended up being really confusing. After looking at more stuff about the ending, I found out that this was kind of the feeling that many other players also had. So it's kind of reassuring to know that I wasn't alone feeling this way. Most people seem to agree that they loved every other aspect of it, but that the ending was rushed. I've been playing some games lately with some unsatisfactory endings, so it just kind of sucks, you know? It just adds salt to the wound where like everything else is cool, but then the ending is like, I still loved the game overall. I would absolutely play any future Detective Grimoire titles if they develop any. I might look into the past ones. I'm not super sure if I want to go backwards, but I'll think about it. Again, Tangle Tower, extremely cute, colorful, eccentric art style, awesome and like super mysterious music that fit each person, each location super well. impeccable animations that brought like the characters' mannerisms to life, super incredible voiceover, and it was really impressive that they had so much of it for pretty much like literally the entire game. Like every piece of dialogue was voiced, so that was crazy. They all did such a good job, fit their roles super well. They were great. They were great. It's like goals, man. Goals for me. I look up to that. That's awesome. They had, all the characters had like really cute reactions and like little insights into their characters for all the dialogue, and like the side stuff of them reacting to all the unrelated evidence was like a treat. It was really good. I love the appearance, presentation of the UI. Putting the sentences together was like really unique to me, and I thought that was really cute and fun. The puzzles were like more on the lighter side, I would say, aside from a select few, like the frickin' maze sliding one in the lab. And honestly, the fact that they were on the lighter side was like okay with me. I was also fine with having like an easily accessible next step for what to check or who to talk to button, as well as being able to easily check during puzzles where I was wrong or like have a hint from the game itself. Aside from 1 or 2 places where I got too much help from the game where I didn't want it, I think what would help is if they didn't give a hint after every wrong attempt. So I'll like put stuff together and then try to lock it in, and they'll be like, oh, that wasn't right. So instead of them saying like, oh, that wasn't right, you think that this, like, so they would follow it up with like a hint. I think instead of doing that, it would be nice to just have a separate hint button. I think that would probably solve that a little bit. Normally, I really don't like getting too much of a helping hand from others or the game itself, but sometimes I do appreciate it from the game itself for the sake of pacing, specifically during Let's Plays. So that did help me to push things along and kind of just let us enjoy the game, the story, the voices, and all that. I really loved all the characters. They were so fantastic, unique, like, again, really felt like they were brought to life. I especially loved HAWKSHAW, though I think I will expand a bit more on my feelings for her now, in present time, now that we know about her in the bonus episode. And our main 2 leads had a delightful dynamic with each other. I got used to the volume of things that they would react to on screen each time we went somewhere over time. It started to feel like less overwhelming as it once did at the start, where I was clicking on stuff. I'm like, how many things can they react to? Like, I was like, oh my god. But now it was really awesome, and they just played off of each other so well. They were super good. They looked great. I loved them so much. But yeah, I think that is finally everything. This is dragging on for so long, and I'm so sorry, but I love spilling my thoughts at the end. So I really liked the game in almost every aspect, but I just really disliked the super abrupt ending and then the weak or not well explained like villain motive and all the like unanswered and baffling questions it left hanging. Good endings are really important. They're the last thing you're left with when you finish something, so of course it's gonna leave a strong impression. But it was so good. It was such a good game, and I look forward to any future titles that they put out. All right, that's finally it. Please do feel free to share your thoughts on anything, characters, theories, questions, whatever. Please do feel free to share those. I'd love to discuss things. Thank you so much for joining me for this incredible, winding, wacky journey, and I'll see you next time for whatever I play next. Thank you so much again. This is Axis, over and out.